Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Peggy Stitch Eraser. So today we're going to be talking about one of the tools that we use here when we're doing embroidery. We've all encountered, a mistake in embroidery. So if it's just one or two stitches, we can use a small little tool to, take the bobbin out and the stitches out and just redo it. Now there's sometimes where we've made a big mistake. We accidentally put in the wrong thread color, or just the design was off. We picked the wrong design and it just stitched out maybe the wrong size, and we have a big mess up to erase. And what we use is a Peggy Stitch Eraser, and the one that we use here is the number 3. Now it looks like a beard trimmer, and as you can see, I of course have to use a beard trimmer, but it is not a beard trimmer. It looks exactly like one, and it essentially performs exactly like one, but the mechanics of it is just a little bit different, where the blades sit a little bit higher than what they do in your normal beard trimmer. And what that does, it helps cut all the threads and bobbin, in mass. So it's easier to fix those mistakes, pull out the threads, and start all over if you need to, or start from a good starting point. Now, what we're going to do today is show you one of our mess ups. I walked away from the machine while stitching, these 30 shirts, and just, of course, one shirt came out off. Embroidery finished, and I went to unhoop it, and I saw that there was, pretty good chunk missing that should be there. And in my inexperience, I don't know how to go back to that perfect point to just do those stitches. And so what I'm going to have to do is take all of these threads out. So I've messed up before, and I know how to use this Peggy Stitch Eraser. And what I wanted to do is show y'all how to use it and how it can benefit your shop. So this is where we messed up. You can see it's a little bit hard to see, but for some reason there is some thread that on this green outline that just didn't come out. So what we're going to do is take all these stitches out, including the bobbin. That way we have a nice clean shirt to start over with and just redo it. So what you're going to want to do is put it back in a hoop, and that's what we're going to do right now. Now the reason why that you want to keep it in a hoop is so that it's nice and taut. That way you're not damaging the actual fabric. So we put it back in our Hoop Master hoop, and we're going to flip it over so you can see where we're going to be working at, which is the underside where the bobbin and threads meet up. So here's the underside of the garment. You can see that the backing's still on there, of course, but you can see, of course, the threads and also the bobbin that's holding everything in place. What you want to do is, get the stitch eraser, into one of the corners, and work your way. This is a slow process. It's not, you're not just, as much as it looks as a beard trimmer, you're not just gonna, go straight through it and ta-da, everything's gonna be done. You're gonna work at it, for a little bit, 5-10 seconds. You work at it, and what you're gonna want to do is, either when you turn this off, use the little bristles, the teeth, to kind of get those threads loose, or we've seen that just using your fingertip and your nail, kind of scratching it off, will loosen those threads, those cut threads, and it's easier to take out. And we've also seen that flipping it back to the front and doing that same thing, scratching it with the fingernail, or with your finger, or with an off Peggy eraser, using the teeth to kind of scratch out the thread and bobbin. So let's try it. Now you'll see that, there's, you're starting to cut stuff out. This is part thread, part bobbin. It almost looks like just a fuzz, because you're cutting the very tops of the thread, and it's just collecting. So you're getting in there, and this is just how it starts. So after working on it a little bit, you can start to see that the front threads are, coming loose. And if you just run your finger over it, you'll be able to see that it's just releasing off of that fabric. Just the fingertip. I mean, just going over it, and to get in there a little bit more, use your nail, and it's just releasing off of that fabric. This is going to take a little bit because we have a lot of thread, and it's going to be a little bit messy, but as you can see, just working it a little bit with your finger, and if you want to use the Peggy Stitch Eraser with it off, you'll see that it'll come off pretty easily. But we like to use just our hand, just to be safe, that we're not tearing up any of the actual shirt. And we're going to keep working at it, flipping it back over so you can get those stitchings, get that bobbin, and flipping it back to the front, and just working at it with your hand and the Peggy Stitch Eraser. At the end, you'll see that there's a lot of fibers that you'll want to clean off, and we just took it outside and just gave it a really good brushing and got most of that off. But at the very end, just using a lint brush to really get those last little bits off, you'll notice that it has some creasing on there. And this happened because we waited about 3 months to get this project done. And if you take care of it right when it happens, you'll be less likely to see any of this creasing. Thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate you watching the video and checking out our channel. If there's anything that we can improve on, or you have ideas for different videos, please leave us a comment below. That way we can help mold what we're trying to do here, and so when we release other videos, they're the ones that you're looking for. We're going to leave links down below so you can make an informative decision on which one fits your business the best. Thanks again for stopping by. We'll see you on the next one.